Hello, I'm Matthew Hume and welcome to our channel. Today I wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about an architectural typology that we really have a lot of fun with, and that is the modern A-frame. We have the opportunity right now up in Saranac Lake in the Adirondack Park. We have a couple that came to us that's looking to build a vacation home, and they have this beautiful site that's situated right in Saranac Lake, up on a bit of a mountainside, and they have this amazing perspective of the surrounding landscape. You can see the High Peak mountain range, and it's just, you know, we are always so humbled and so excited when we get the opportunity to create architecture in these kinds of landscapes. So when the homeowners came to us, you know, naturally we were all about it. They came to us specifically with the A-frame typology, which we really enjoyed doing. And in particular, I personally love the A-frame just because of, you know, I think I talked a little bit in some of my previous videos about why I was inspired to become an architect, and I was big into fort building when I was a kid. An A-frame is kind of like that for me. An A-frame just kind of gives you that sort of fort kind of feeling. I think what's kind of cool about an A-frame also is that because of the shape of it and just how tall the center point of the A-frame can get, it kind of puts you inside of a space where the scale just seems so much bigger than yourself. And when you're kind of using that to frame, you know, site features such as like mountain views through trees, that can be pretty exciting. Really awesome space to just be inside of. Other aspects of that are like, you know, shifting scale down to smaller spaces in A-frames. So a lot of times you'll have one end will be kind of opened up towards the view. That'll be the larger scale space that's maybe full height. Towards the back of the A-frame, you'll have smaller spaces, more utilitarian spaces like your bedrooms and stuff like that. And often there's like a loft space. And what I really like about that in A-frame is that it kind of shrinks the scale down a little bit and gives you a little bit of a different experience as you move throughout the space. You know, that's that kind of fort aspect to it in my mind. So we really love working with the A-frame, and I thought I would take a few minutes just to sort of sketch through one of the options that we're working with the homeowners, just to show you some of the work that we're doing right now. So just to walk you through this A-frame, the client came to us with some very specific ideas, and naturally we take those ideas and we sort of massage them to suit the landscape and to make it fit the site in a really nice way. So what I have here is the basic outline for this A-frame, and what it is it's a traditional A-frame, but off of the one side of the house we wanted to have a larger sort of patio space or deck space. And then adjacent to that, we needed a larger dormer that would come off of the A-frame. This was originally an idea of the client's, and we kind of liked it actually, because within this dormer space, we would be able to house our stairway, and also we're gonna have a nice big fireplace that sort of has an interior and an exterior aspect to it. Oftentimes when I'm doing these sketches, I really like to fill in the windows and the doorways and anything that's really glass, dark shaded areas, because like any good drawing, you want like a full range of values, and it's nice to be able to find that moment in the drawing where you can go almost as, you know, as dark as possible to give you that real contrast within the sketch. So as we get a little bit further into the sketch, I'm starting to build in some ideas about how we have, you know, about how we plan to land the house. So the house will have a full basement under it. It's going to be a walkout situation, so they'll be able to sort of expand into the basement space as time goes on. They don't have any plans right off the bat to finish that space, but they do want to potentially use it down the road for additional living quarters. If they, you know, say down the road they want to be able to invite grandmas and grandparents and more people there to be able to enjoy this beautiful building. So on the back side of this house, they're planning to have another dormer that opens up the kitchen space. You can't really see that from this perspective. You know, in this perspective, we're kind of looking down at the A-frame. But again, you know, this is what I really like about the A-frame is you can see this framing of the house. You can just imagine being a person in that space and looking out, you know, at this view. And what's really cool also about this is they are on a bit of a hill themselves. So, you know, the space or the landscape is kind of falling away from the house, which gives us the opportunity to have this walkout situation on the lower level. But you can see here I've kind of split those two levels by a balcony space out the front. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to maximize our experience of the place. Any move that we can make to help that is incredibly helpful. So for me, it's largely about, you know, being able to come out here with your coffee in the mornings and to be able to enjoy that sunrise on a nice day when it's warm enough too, or even in the winter too, because the winters up there are incredibly beautiful. Really, the objective is to just create a space that just feels great. And again, being that the A-frame, it just has this way of making you feel kind of cozy, but you know, you feel like you're in this really large, open, cavernous space all at the same time. And both of those feelings are kind of different experiences. Inherently, us humans enjoy both of those experiences. So to have a variety of that within one space is just a lot of fun. And that's why we make specific moves like having this balcony space that you could hang out onto, having the adjacent patio space that you can hang out on as well. That kind of pulls you further out into the wooded landscape because it is a dense forest that surrounds this house. So yeah, there's a lot to love about the A-frame. We're really excited about this project, and we're really excited to share more with you as this project develops and we start actually building it as well. So I hope you'll follow along with us as we really enjoy this journey, and we'll see you next time. So sometimes with a sketch, it's important to have fun, and sometimes I like to add a little bit of extra something. In this case, I transitioned from doing a graphite pencil drawing to a marker drawing. I just happened to have them handy, and I felt inspired. I decided to go with the markers to finish it. And you know, I'm mixed about the results. Most of my markers were a little bit dry, but it just tells me that I need to get some new markers. But at least I have fun. Thanks for joining.